Hello. Hello, Mike John. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, 3:14. Yeah. Man, I got all my dates wrong. Nobody noticed last night I had a mistake on my show. You got to pay attention. Now you can see nobody's paying attention to a lot of different things here. It's very interesting. So what happens is if the content creator doesn't keep your interest, the chat goes wayward. They don't pay attention to a lot of the content creators unless they're really telling something that's interesting. Otherwise, you're not going to hear them. What's up, Sina Weaver? How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, that's typically what happens. Good morning, Don. How are you, pal? That's what happens. So a lot of times, unlike Todd Father's shows in the morning where we have full interaction, if a content creator just keeps going on and on and on, nobody's really listening unless they have the ability to hold your attention. Very interesting. Just an observation that I had. I see other chats going and I see people having full blown conversations in the chat. Sometimes they have no idea what the content creator is creating because his or her content is not very enjoyable. So they just have a conversation on their own right in the chat. It's a normal thing. It's just the way it is. People really don't want to hear other people talk very much. That's why long shows, they don't go very far. They really don't. You know? I got my coffee. I want to play this song real quick and it's going to lead to something I'm going to talk about. Hello, good morning, Nancy. Hello, Alfie. Don Miku, see no evil. Yes, my mother says the same thing about Dean Martin. He had a personality about him that just grabbed you, and his music came natural to him. He just sang it, and his personality shined through. So a lot of us can relate to him in a lot of ways. Now that song, Down Nick, how are you, cuz? Hold on a minute. That song leads to a topic I was going to talk about right now. All right, hold on a minute. Yeah, that song, standing on the corner. All right, standing. So what did I do every day as a young man? We grew up standing on the corner. We had a corner. Dawson and Garden was one. We had the candy store on the corner, liquor store on the other corner, and the butcher on the other corner. Three corners in my neighborhood. We had a corner. Everybody met on the corner, and we stood there for hours and hours and hours, all day, every day. We just knew to meet at the corner. 10 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, meet at the corner. If it was snowing, we knew what we were doing. If it was, we met with our shovels and we went and shoveled snow. Everything happened on the corner. We were on the corner every single day, all day. Now we were called the Wreck Boys in my neighborhood. We were called the Wreck Boys. We were the little Wreck Boys. Hello, Joey Beans. You got it, buddy. And then, you know, yeah, we went to the corner and then we went to a place called the Wreck House because we were called the Wreck Boys. And then the older Wreck Boys in the neighborhood, we watched them come of age. They were all driving Cadillacs and then nobody's working and it was a different world, a different time. So yeah, we hung out on the corner watching all the girls go by. And then they had to put a cop in the neighborhood on foot beat in our neighborhood. It was interesting. Growing up on the corner is very interesting. We were never in the house. We were on the corner or at the Rec House, which was a park in the neighborhood. Broken glass, drug paraphernalia, everything all over the ground. That was in Belleville before the new Belleville, what that is now. That was the old Belleville. Belleville was a little bit of a rough place. It's a city that bumps up to Newark, and it's only 1.2 square miles each. 1.2 squares. So very very small city. It's just an extension of Newark, and everybody that lived in Belleville typically came from Newark. Same kind of environment. But we hung on a corner. That's what we did every day. Hung on a corner, watching all the girls go by. Home for dinner, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I gotta It was good. We had a good time. I mean, we all met. We probably had 30 kids in the neighborhood. We all met. We played kickball, stickball. We played stickball at the rec house. We painted on the wall. We painted strike zone. So yeah, we had stickball. We played baseball with a wiffle ball bat and a tennis ball. Wiffle ball bat and a tennis ball. Then for stickball, I don't remember what we used. I guess some type of broomstick. Trying to remember. I think we used broomsticks or sometimes a bat and a ball. So we played wiffle ball, and then we played kickball, and then we played kill the man with the ball, and then we played tackle football, and nobody ever got hurt. I don't know what the fuck happened today. They got to go out in body armor today just to play. It's crazy. But anyway, standing on the corner. So that's what we did. We grew up standing on the corner, hanging out, doing this and that. Unfortunately, looking up to some guys that were not so. I don't know what the word is. Nobody in my neighborhood went to college. Well, maybe two people in my neighborhood went to school. Most guys went into the union or shenanigans or a factory worker because we were all, we had most of the men were either factory workers, wise guys, knock around guys, not made guys, but knock around guys, all different guys. But yeah, we had a good chat this morning. Very good chat. So I was talking about content creation and what happens if you're not holding if you're not holding your crew. You know what's happening? They're having conversations between each other in the chat, and the reason is you're not that interesting. You have to interact with the chat, and if they're not interested in what you're saying, they're going to have full-blown conversations within themselves. All you did was push live, and it's a place for them to meet, just like meeting on the corner. If you can't keep over and over and over nonsense. Some people get bored. Just like when you're talking to somebody at the ball field. That woman does not want to hear what that other woman has to say. She can't wait till she finishes to talk about her thing because it's not interesting. Your life is not interesting to others. Unfortunately, factually, your life is not interesting to others. It really isn't. That's why you got to do it in a short clip. Talk about this, that, the other thing. Try to talk about something people can relate to. As you see it at the ball fields. If anybody has been at the ball field, no women is listening to the other woman. They can't wait to talk themselves. Wow, we fixed that yesterday. We spoke about that last night down neck. We hope that we helped you out yesterday. We actually spoke about this last night on the phone, me and Ting Do. You came up in our phone call down neck. You came up in our phone call last night that me and Ting Do had, just so you do know. So we tried to help you yesterday as experienced individuals. There you go. So you were on. We were talking about you at 9 p.m. last night. We were both dead tired, but we wanted to talk about it, and that's what we did. You were in our conversation. I know, Nancy. Oh, can't stand it. Shut the fuck up. I want to watch the game. Nikki Skins. Nikki Skins surrounded me. He was ready to beat the fucking piss out of me. Nikki Skins was sent to work me over. Nikki Skins and four other guys called me in. They called me into a place called Pathmark on Washington Avenue in Belleville. They called me in, and when we're called, we can't say no. We got to go. I get there, and I'm surrounded by five guys. One of them is Nikki Skins, a known killer. And he was looking to work me over. But I did what I had to do, and I got out of the situation. But he was there to work me over, Nikki. That's it, Ralphie. Because once you see they're having full-blown conversations amongst themselves, you're not even there anymore. You just push live. You're talking to yourself. Anybody talking to yourself. Skins. What else? I was at a wedding with Skins. Oh my God. I was at a wedding with Nikki Skins, right? My friend got married and a few maid guys were there. And we tried to, we look outside and all of a sudden there's agents everywhere in the parking lot. Nikki Skins was in there with a few other maid guys. Two of them are still alive, so I'm not going to mention them, but they had a table in one area for the wedding. We were in another area. We look outside, there's agents everywhere taking all of our license plates. Taking all of our license plates. When we went out, they watched who got into what car. We all got into our cars. We left. A couple weeks later, my Cadillac got stolen because somebody, yeah, my car got stolen. A couple of nights later, they found it. They found my car in Newark. A few days after I was at the wedding that Skins was at, after they took all our plates and watched us get into the car, they stole my car about 3 days later. And I found my car, which is weird because typically you don't find the car. If they found my car in Newark on jacks, sent it to a body shop to get all fixed up and got it back. I never spoke in my car after that night. After that car got stolen and I got it returned, I never got it. I never spoke in that car about anything. I did what I had to do, but I never spoke anything bad in that car. So Skins, Skins it was a local guy. And his son, I worked with his son. I've worked on a job with Nicky Jr. They put us on the construction jobs overnight. Bobby Cabert, Charlie Muzzagrasso, Little Sammy Casero, and JG Sr. put us all on the job. Put us all on the jobs overnight working construction. So I worked with Nicky Skins Jr. and a few other, wise guys' kids. We were on the jobs. They put us to work. We had to work overnight. It was tough, but they put us to work. So those four guys were responsible. Bobby Cabert, Charlie Musk, known as Charlie Musk, Little Sammy Casero, and JG Sr. Those four guys. But anyway, yeah, I was at that wedding with Skins, and they robbed my car. It's just a day in my life. I don't really talk about that stuff, but you asked, so I mentioned it. You know, Panisi did a show about Nicky Skins the other day. The pictures weren't even of the people he was saying they were. He was off. He was off. Panisi's show was a little bit off. Some of the pictures were not the right guys. I know all the guys. They were not the right guys. Yeah, but see no evil. It was just a little coincidental that I was at the wedding with Skins, and then they took all of our plates. They watched everybody get into the cars. They put a face to the plate because a lot of us did not have our cars in our own names. Sometimes my cars are in my mother's names. So it's, you know what I mean? All right, buddy. Have a good day down there. You be well. So then they robbed the car and I never spoke in the car after that. Smart. They never got me on audio. Video different and pictures are different. Never audio. Never spoke in my car. Always got out of the car. So that's it. Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. That's what we did. We hung on the corner. Not sure what you guys did as children, but we hung out on the corner every single day. Every single day. Well, it was my 80. I don't know what year that car was. I forget what year that car was. It was a Cadillac. My friend had probably the only 1988 black anniversary. Oh my God. Oh, that's a beautiful car scene. Hello, Patricia. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, this is a short show. I came on a little early. Guys, you got to understand something. Set your notifications because I put it as 7, but sometimes it could be 6:30, 6:45, or 7:15. Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't a talker. I was not a talker. If I was not a talker, there's no transcripts of my voice. Nothing. In my whole discovery, there's nothing of me talking at all. Zero. Nothing. Nothing. Just witness testimony. No. Nothing. And I still pled out because ugh. But anyway, so A little coffee. I don't think it's snowing yet. I don't think we're getting much of anything. They panic over here. They shut the schools. It's fucking nuts what they do now. You know, black Corvette. Oh, beautiful car. I had a blue Corvette, Quasar blue, 1990. Beautiful car I had. Oh, nothing like driving a vet, man. Whew. I got to tell you, I said it before on a show before, but nothing like driving a vet, man. The power behind that car, it's just, I don't know. It's some type of machine, man. I got to tell you. Yeah. Yeah, I never had a bus. I walked to school every day. We could have taken the city bus to Patricia. We could have taken the New Jersey Transit from my neighborhood to the middle school to Belleville Junior High School, which was once the high school. It was about a mile and a half or so, 2 miles, 2 miles maybe. We could have taken the. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Delayed opening. Oh, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we could have taken the New Jersey Transit bus. We didn't have a school bus. So the Belleville High School that Joe Pesci graduated from is not the same Belleville High School I graduated from. They built a new one, the one I went to. Joe Pesci graduated from the one in the old school. Oh, Joey Beans, that makes sense. What do you do with all that salt? How do you judge it? How do you right? They buy the salt, they fill up the salt dome, and then they don't know what to do with the salt. Yeah, that's good. Good topic there. Yep. So we stood on the corner most days. We hung out on the corner. That's what we did. Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. One time, the cops they picked up all the girls in the neighborhood. They took all the girls in for loitering. Hysterical. All the girls in the neighborhood got. They took them in a paddy wagon, police car paddy wagon thing, for loitering. It was the most. It was the hysterical. No, we didn't have a school bus. Hello, Muggsy. Nice to see you. Good morning. Yeah, we didn't have a school bus. We walked. We walked. Now think about where Joe Pesci lived, Patricia, to where Belleville High School is. Think about how far away that is. From Harrison Street all the way to Passaic Avenue. Oh, no, all the way to Washington Avenue. Patricia, think about where Joe Pesci's house was. You know where he was. To where his high school was in Belleville. That's far. He went to the high school on Washington Avenue. Potemkin Cadillac. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I had a guy at our Cadillac dealer who used to put in the mileage thing, the mileage switch for $100. Shut the mileage off. Yeah. So, yeah, we all grow up with different things. Walking to school we broke balls. We had a good time. You want to sit in a bus? We wanted to walk. That's a walk from Harrison to the old high school. That is far, right, Patricia? That is. I don't think they walked. They had to have a school. I don't know. You can't walk that. That'll take a half a day. Those guys had to have a school bus from that area to Belleville High School. There's no way. They actually should have went to Bloomfield or Barringer. They're closer to Barringer than they were to Belleville. They could have just gone to Barringer right on Park Avenue. You know? I don't know. Wow, interesting, Joey Beans. Wow. Heckle, no bus. Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Wow. They had to have a bus from Harrison Street to Belleville High School. How are you going to get there? You got to take an airplane. That was the tip of Belleville by Bloomfield because Zara was in Bloomfield, right? So all the way across town. That's interesting, Joey Beans. Yeah. Our building was built in 64. Yeah. I think he graduated in 61. Yes. And Nick Cerami's family built our high school, Wine Guild. The Ceramis built our high school, the Cerami family. I know. These are the things, right, Patricia? You want to pick up the phone and you can't drive us to school, and we had the option of a bus. We didn't want it. Adam Gravorcia, yeah, you gotta walk. It's part of it's part of life. But I will tell you, no lie. Seriously, where Joe Pesci lived to where the high school is over here, oof, that's a long haul. Hmm. No, Joe Pesci, I think graduated in 61. No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Cerami's built it. Yeah, they built that high school, and they knew it was a swamp when they were building it. It's crazy. Yeah, we might get snow. We got to keep moving. People got jobs to go to. You got to work. Somebody's dependent on us. Yeah, it's snowing right now a little bit. Still got to do our jobs, right? Somebody's relying on us right now. 61. Okay. From the old Belleville High School. Interesting. Wow. Fancy Nancy. Yeah, we're getting snow. And so that was basically it. I wanted to talk about standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. When we grew up, not sure if everybody had the same situation about growing up on the corner. That's what we did. We grew up on the corner. We were the rec boys. We had shirts, rec boys. That was our neighborhood, and we hung on the corner of Baldwin, Dawson, and Garden. Like I said, the candy store, penny candy store, Paganelli's, the butcher, the liquor store, and then across a little bit down. Ah, miserable. Stop. One miserable day, two miserable day, three miserable days. You jump off the Brooklyn Bridge. Come on. To each his own. To each his own. It's all good. Got to keep on going. I said yesterday I love the rain. They said, "What are you fucking nuts?" Yeah, I love it. Nothing to do. Go to the corner and someone will be there within 10 minutes. Oh yeah, we had about 30 people on that corner. My neighborhood was bustling with people. Three generations of rec boys hanging on the corner. Can't believe I walked to them. That's a far walk, Aunt. What was it? How far? Well, I don't know. Off Union. Probably as far as me from the rec house, from Paganelli's. You walked it every day, huh? We really walked everywhere. It's crazy. It is crazy. We really literally did walk everywhere. Holy shit. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hold on. Ay, ay, ay. My daughter's got to get her wisdom teeth out tomorrow. Ay, ay, ay. I walked from Silver Lake area to Bloomfield High. Well, that makes sense, though. It's very close. What's up, sons? How are you? Yeah, so we grew up on the corner of, and then we see what your condition was in. Your condition is perfect. And we're in good condition over here. We got a little snow coming down. It looks like no big deal. No big deal. So you had a choice to walk or bike. Okay. Yeah, I let my kids take the bikes when they wanted to. They never walked. Whole different world. Suburban living versus city living are two different things. So I walked. Yeah, we all walked. But we met on the corner after school, days off. We met on the corner. We hung on the corner all day, all night. We hung on the mailbox. There was a stoop outside the candy store we hung on. Paganelli's neighborhood candy store. I don't. She's getting two or three, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, but I won't be around. I got to go for some testing tomorrow. There's no show for me tomorrow, guys. Maybe Thursday. Depends. I got to go. Got to go in for a little testing. So I'll be all right. But got to hopefully. But I definitely won't be on tomorrow morning. School buses in West Cornwall drop each. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, snowball fights all the way. We had snowball fights all day. Things change. What are we praying about? Hello, TT. What are we praying about here? TT, did you go from our block to the middle school or no? Do you remember all of us on the corner? All us kids, all us guys on the corner? TT, do you remember all of us on the corner? We would have 30 kids on that corner by Paganelli's. All age groups. The older guys popping Quaaludes, going to the clubs at night. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. You got to remember us all hanging on the corner, of course. But yes, Nancy passed. Oh, you get behind the school bus. Oh, forget it. They stop at every house? That's crazy. School bus? That's ridiculous. Well, you all smoke cigarettes. I started smoking young. They were all smoking cigarettes and popping Quaaludes. That was the time of Quaaludes and cocaine. That's what they were doing. I was a 70s kid. They were the guys going out to clubs. Paraphernalia, cocaine, ugh, cocaine, blackberry brandy, and Quaaludes, and cigarettes, and driving Cadillacs without working. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. Mess, yeah. Yeah, they did. Well, 70s was cocaine or Quaaludes. Mesk, too. Well, Mesk was more 80s. Mesk was more 80s, I think. Yeah. But that's what people did. That's what they did. They took the pills, Quaaludes. I don't know why. And they Coke and blackberry brandy for some reason, and I don't know why. They used to buy. Still alive. Some are dead. Some are alive. Some are dead. Some are alive. Some got on the heroin. Some guys. It's a mess. Some are in the union. Some are building bridges in the union still to this day. Some are alive. Some are dead. Yeah, it's terrible. None incarcerated right now, I don't think. Some of them are in and out of prison, but I don't think anybody's away right now from the neighborhood. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, 70s. Yeah, LSD. Yeah, yep. Crazy stuff. Oh my god. I never did any of it, to be honest with you. Yeah, so that's what they did. That's what they were doing in the neighborhood. That was the kind of neighborhood I grew up in. Hung on the corner. That was it. Hello, Big Bones. Nice to see you. But we had a good time. Look, we had a good time. Then they had to put a cop in the neighborhood. Vic the cop, he walked the beat because there was a lot of shit going on in the neighborhood. So the neighborhood that I grew up in borders Newark from the park. So you would get all kinds of different people coming in, and there was a lot of trouble going on. And we must have gotten complaints that there were so many of us in the neighborhood that we were out all night on the corner making noise. It's just what we do. It's what we did. A yellow big pen. Oh my god. Yeah, we met in person every day. Every day. We hung out all day with our friends. Yeah. Blue collar dads, some of them, half ass wise guys. Some of them, even cops. We had everything. We had everything in the neighborhood. Yeah. It was a good way to grow up. We had fun. So that's why I opened it up with that Dean Martin song, standing on the corner watching all the girls go by. You know? And then life changes. Things change. The cycles go through. The cycles go through. All right, guys, that's it for me. So my topic this morning was standing on the corner watching all the girls go by. We had a little coffee. We got a little snow in North Jersey, not so bad. I'm keeping it short, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Once you go past that, the chat becomes a whole other club. Unless I can keep your interest for 2 hours, an hour, the chat becomes a whole other social club. So you got me with you talking about the topic. After 20 minutes, that topic is basically gone. The shows are basically over after 20, 30 minutes. Unless we're doing a wind down or around with Dean doing, there's guys on the panel. Otherwise, an individual show, you lose them. 20 minutes. Believe me. StreamYard, I told you guys, I go into these StreamYard, they call them town halls. Learning a lot. Have a fantastic, yeah, to you too. God bless you. My Jackoff cop name, our cop was good actually. Oh, wow, interesting. Oh, Jesus, no, no, the cop in the neighborhood was a neighborhood guy. I'm friends with him now. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Big bones. That's crazy. Yeah, so basically the shows, that's crazy. See, that is crazy. So yeah, content creators, you're going to notice this. You have your topic for a little while and then look at your chat sometimes. If you're not holding their interest, there's a reason they're going to a conversation between each other instead of interacting with what you're saying. It's because you became boring. We became irrelevant in the show. We're not holding their attention. You know? How many times do they want to hear about lollipops and, cotton candy or Atari, my Atari? Nobody wants to hear about it. Quick topics in and out, interact with the crowd a little bit, and go about your business. That's why my car rides 30 minutes when I'm going to the doctor, boom, done. I'm out. Just in and out. That's the key to it. But that's how it seems to be working out. All right, so listen, we spoke about growing up on the corner. Many of you added great content. Many of you had great interaction with this. We had a good chat. This was the chat. The topic is basically done. No, you don't, because we laugh on your show. Your show's different. Your show's different. I'm on here alone. I can't keep attention for an hour. Nobody can keep attention for an hour of a guy talking. It's impossible. They're going to have their own show in the chat, and that's okay. Remember, I just pushed live. All I did was open the door. We're open. Come in. We're open. Once you're inside, just like at the bar, the music is playing, but unless that song has you dancing, you're talking to somebody. When that DJ doesn't have the song on that's going to get your ass moving, you're all talking to each other, which is also good too. Just understand. You're basically talking to the stars. You're talking to nobody because the music playing is a boring song. So they're going to interact with each other, just like in a club. You know what it is? I'll put it like this. It's when the DJ has you dancing and then the main course is served. He goes to low music. That's what happens to us after about 25 minutes. The low music comes on because you just became irrelevant in your own show, in my own show. And that's okay. That's what this is all about. This is what happens here. That's why I call it a social club. No. Oh, God, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's really how it goes. Think of the show as being in a club or at a wedding. Hey, Bang Fung, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Think of a show as being in a club or a wedding. You got 20 minutes of hot music. Everybody's dancing. Dun, 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 dun. And then they go to, orchestra music. 20 minutes after your show starts, you went into orchestra music. And they're just talking. You're irrelevant. You're wasting your time. I see it. Me too. Me. Also me. Social clubs go all day. People come in and out. That's correct. That's correct. But the music's on in the background in the social club. They're not paying attention. Exactly. They're not paying attention to me who opened up the social door club that day. When I open up the social club door, I put the coffee out, donuts out, and then I'm gone. I'm irrelevant at that point. Unless they need another deck of cards. I don't know if it's happening. It happens. It could happen, yeah. I'm interacting with you guys, but I really am deep with the chat. So I go with you guys wherever the conversation goes, you see? Right with you. I'm right with you every moment. Everything you're saying, I'm answering. Yeah. 4 minutes into the Italian goodbye. That's a good observation, Big Bone. But yeah, so I open up the social club. You get coffee on the table. We get the donuts out, or the biscuit, or the crumb buns, and then I'm irrelevant until you need another deck of cards or a fill-in during your poker game. Other than that, I became irrelevant after I let you in the social club. I just became somebody to go to when you need something. You see? Same thing here. I call it the social club. Very simple. So standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by is what we did. What happens after that is life goes in cycles. Everybody changes. We come off the corner. Some of the old guys get hooked on the dope. Some people leave the neighborhood, they get married. Some people go to jail. This, that, the other thing. But one thing that happens is life keeps going in cycles. You got it?
So I'm down and so I'm out, but so are many others. So I feel like trying to line my head beneath these covers. Life is like the seasons. After winter comes the spring. So I'll keep this smile a while and see what tomorrow brings. I've been told and I believe that life is meant for living. And even when my chips are low, there's still some left for giving. I've been many places, maybe not as far as you. So I think I'll stay a while and see if some dreams come true. There isn't much that I've learned through all my foolish years, except that life keeps running in cycles. First there's laughter, then those tears. But I'll keep my head up high, although I'm kinda tired. My girl just up and left last week. Friday I got fired. You know it's almost funny, but things can't get worse than now. So I'll keep on trying this thing, but please just don't ask me now.
Yep, the lyrics are on point. The lyrics are key. So the lyrics to the first song that I opened with, standing on the corner watching all the girls go by, was I wanted to touch base on me growing up on the corner, and then a little chit chat about that in between, and then I ended with the cycles because everything is cycling out. So that was the show today, guys. Yeah, it's deep. Very good words. So if you, that's why I want to keep it short. Check out the first song, a little bit of chit chat in the middle, and then you get the gist of the cycles. Growing up in the corner, cycles, it all comes together. I tried to bring it all together with no planning at all, zero planning. So hopefully it was a decent show. Hopefully you did. Yeah, it is a great song. Does it go? I don't know how his hair stays dark. He should be gray like me. I don't know how I'm gray and he's not gray. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a tough song. I know. Oh, yeah. He's got that mane. I don't know how he's not gray. Naturally, he's not gray. That's a good thing. Me, I'm silver on the sides. Look how silver I am. Ay, ay, ay. All right, guys. I got to get running. I will talk to you guys. Thanks for keeping it real, Tommy. Have a great day and good luck tomorrow. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, that's what I try to do. Keep it real. Keep you guys in anybody that does shows, take a look at your chat. If they got a conversation going on your own, you're not there anymore. You just opened up the door. So I try to keep you enthused for about 40 minutes and move along. And that is the situation. Tommy Stiggs saying ciao for now. Have a blessed Tuesday. Nobody realized last night I had the wrong day in my show last night. I'll talk to you guys later. You'll probably see me throughout the day somewhere, some way. Ciao for now.